TV, and more specifically, welcome back to part 2 of my Chicago weekend video. Hopefully you saw the last video and hopefully you enjoyed some of the insight, if you haven't, in the start of this video maybe, and obviously at the end of this video there will be the thing that will pop up at the bottom of the screen so you can check out that full video. But as I'm sure you've seen from the start of this video, today's video is going to become crazy, so what a better place to start than behind me at the Chicago Theatre, because this is going to be a more cultured, should we say, look at the Chicago lifestyle, and we're starting tonight, which is Saturday evening, so I've been here now for 24 hours, and we're going to start by going to the theatre, having a look round and finding some really cool food and just seeing where the rest of this weekend takes us. So let's hit it. So then, the Sunday of this part 2 of this video, and you join me behind me at the Chicago Marathon. So this is Sunday, and basically the city has been overcome by the marathon. So when we stepped out of the door this morning, they were just literally running past our Airbnb, so that was a really cool experience to see, and it means that a lot of the city is shut down, so we're going to try and see what we can kind of get up to in the rest of the day because of the result of the marathon. So let's kind of explore the area and get into the full marathon mood and enjoy the experience. So this seems like a good place to stop, even though we had to run through the marathon to get here, because I think this is the most important part of this whole weekend for me in summing up what Chicago is basically like. What I've got is that sense of the old mixing with the new and still being able to live and function in the surroundings that it is in, and I think it's so important that I stop on this bridge behind me, because you've got this old infrastructure past that is clearly still evident within this city, mixed with the new behind me, with all the brand new buildings and the infrastructure that has gone into place, and neither thing looks out of place in the city. I think that is what is so important. But we're going to head towards Navy Pier, because it's about time that we actually saw this lake that they all say is so windy and so blue. So let's head towards the lake. So then, after some chaos and a little bit of confusion, we have finally made it over to the lake behind me. So behind me, if we can get that in, maybe. There we go, look at that. That is the whole of the Chicago skyline, basically behind the lake. So a little bit about this if you don't know. Chicago is built on a swamp alongside Lake Michigan, which is behind me, and that's why it is basically known as the Windy City, because the wind comes from the lake, and it is one of the most well-known lakes in not only the country but also the world. So let's take a little bit of time to explore the Navy Pier area, which is behind me. It's got a little sign, and just enjoy these last couple of moments, enjoying the downtown Chicago lifestyle. So then this seems like the perfect time, or the perfect place really, to round off my weekend here in Chicago. Unfortunately, it is kind of time to depart and get back to more study kind of vibes. So I wanted to basically leave us with the sight of all the flags behind me in the background up here and that, and the symbol of the city, which is the 4 red stars, which are on the blue flag. And if we just flip ourselves around, it seems like the perfect kind of time to just thank the city for being what it is. I mean, there seems to be a lot of love and a lot of enjoyment and a lot of respect, I think, in this city, which is quite refreshing, and certainly a way in which we need to keep on living our lives. A massive thank you obviously goes to Kelsey and Jalen for making this such a great experience, and without them this wouldn't have been possible. I wouldn't have been able to have come up here over the weekend. So obviously big thank you to those guys, and obviously a big thank you to you all, because you have stayed in tune with my adventures here in Chicago up to this point, so a massive thank you for that. And obviously if you've enjoyed this weekend, drop a like on the video as always, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that notifications bell, because I am going to obviously get back now to Muncie life and kind of get back into this mid to end of fall term kind of period, and I'm sure there'll be some really cool and awesome things coming up. So in that period, as we get towards Halloween and that whole kind of experience, and obviously in a couple of weeks time it's going to be Thanksgiving, so remember to subscribe as always to do that kind of things. I'd like to obviously say thank you again to you guys, and to Kelsey and to Jalen for watching this, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye bye.